Luke McNally, you big, beautiful Irishman, the whole of Oxfordshire would like to give you a kiss and a hearty handshake, not least for changing my script from one of frustration to one where I'm like, how the hell did we get a point out of that one? And for an Oxford versus Ipswich game to have 2 goals to talk about is a bit of a luxury, but let's not kid ourselves, folks. Oxford United did not deserve to get anything out of this game today. Ipswich came and Ipswich pretty much deserved to conquer us here. Oxford get away with it. Oxford get out of jail. It finished Oxford United 1, Ipswich Town won. And Ipswich really wanted it today after what happened at Portman Road, where Oxford drew 0-0, but mostly remembered with Ipswich fans calling us boring Oxford after a pretty embarrassing pantomime display of time wasting. And also as well because they are shooting up the league. They've been in fine form since Kieran McKenna has taken over, and they are making a surge for the playoffs. A lot of their fans will probably think they should have been up there challenging for promotion, and exactly, they really should be when you look at their team, but they're certainly making giant strides. And as I will say hundreds of times, Oxford were extremely fortunate to get out of this one. But a point against the most boring side in League One is never a bad thing. I'm joking, Ipswich fans. I don't really think you're boring. Carl Robinson would have been happy that his team actually had a defence this week rather than what we had against Shrewsbury, with Long and Brown coming back into that back three alongside McNally. You had Brannigan and Kane in midfield. You had I'm going to call him Willow then. I hate calling him Willow. Ryan Williams and Mark Sykes as the win-backs. Billy Bowden in that number 10 role, in behind Matty Taylor. And Gavin White up front. And there really wasn't much in it in the first half. I actually thought Oxford played quite well in the first half. We pressed Ipswich, we made them make mistakes, and we were able to win the ball up back off them quite high up the pitch without really creating too many chances. The best chances were undoubtedly Gavin White's 2 efforts, and if they fell to Taylor, then Oxford might have been 1-0 up in this one. But they fell to White, and White hasn't had his shooting boots on this season apart from that goal which he banged in against Burton a couple of weeks ago. Maybe he's saving it for the playoff finals. We live in hope for that one. Wes Burns was undoubtedly Ipswich's best player. Every time he got the ball, he caused Williams problems, and it looked like something was going to happen. And he came the closest to Ipswich scoring in the first half. But generally, I thought Oxford did a good job. I thought Ipswich were probably a little bit sloppy in possession. Piggott was giving them nothing up top, which is unusual because he is usually pretty good against us, but not today. And 0-0 kind of felt predictable and felt about right because neither side really was in the ascendancy too much. Second half, it's fair to say, got worse for Oxford United as it went on, right up until the point where Luke McNally scored with a few seconds to go. As the frustration levels from myself and the rest of the Kansam Stadium rose and rose. Because Oxford were really poor, and I think you have to give Ipswich credit for that. They really squeezed us. They really took control of this game and deservedly took the lead when they did. But Oxford, apart from defending quite well, I think we did put our bodies on the line. We did a good job of blocking shots and crosses and protecting Eastwood. And whenever Eastwood was called upon, I think he did a good job as well. But going forward in possession, we were really sloppy. It was like we couldn't put 2 passes together for long periods in that second half. And you felt that something was coming. Whereas in the first half, it was really only Burns that was Ipswich's shining light. The rest of the players really started to perform. Macaulay Bond did a lot better when he replaced Piggott up top. Chaplin and Celina got into the game more. Thompson got into the game more. Morley made a difference when he came off the bench as well. And as I said, Ipswich definitely deserved to go ahead when they did. But it came when Marcus McGuane came on for Oxford last week against Shrewsbury. He kind of calmed things down and we got better when he came on. It wasn't the case today. And Ipswich scored pretty soon after he came on. Oxford attacking, gave the ball away, and then McNally tried to win it back. He gave it away, and before you knew it, Ipswich were broke on us, and it was like 3-on-1 somehow. I don't know where our defence just disappeared to. But it was 3-on-1, and it was fittingly it was Burns to provide the ball to Celina. Very good finish, very good goal by Ipswich. Ipswich fans going absolutely potty in the away end, as you can imagine, and you felt that like that would probably be it, especially in these games where there's not many goals, because Ipswich are so boring. That's a joke. It's a joke. You just felt that would be 1-0. And Oxford didn't do a lot to get back into the game, and nor did they deserve it. But we did get a corner right at the end to give us a little bit of hope. And Herbie Kane just threw a very nice ball into the area. Nothing special about it. It's just a good corner into a good area. And it just managed to land on the head of our tallest centre-back, who made a good run and was able to finish it into the bottom corner. As you can imagine, the Kassam Stadium went crazy. This was a point snatched out of nowhere that we did not deserve, which you've heard me say hundreds of times now, and I cannot echo it enough. But absolutely, we will take it. It is a massive point for us. As much as anything, it keeps Ipswich away from us at a safe distance now, and is another point gained, certainly in this instance, towards staying in those playoffs. I can't remember one of those going against us this season, so you know what football's like with things going around, coming around. I hope there's not one coming in the future, because I honestly can't remember us dropping points in the 90th minute. If I've forgotten one, let me know down below. But a goal like that obviously feels like a win for the side that gets the equaliser, and probably would have felt like a loss for Ipswich as well. But whew, wow, if you can't be good, be lucky, I guess. And because of that last minute goal, it just means we could just kind of forget the rest of the 94 minutes, scratch this game down and move forward. We don't actually play for a while now because of the Morecambe game being called off because of Oxford international call-ups. Who'd have thought such a thing? So I don't even know who we play next, but whenever we do, I'll be back to do a video on that one. I know, what a great fan I am. But yeah, let's just hope there's a lot better performance, because the passing was just off from everybody today, but especially Sykes and Williams. Especially Williams really had a tough afternoon. Taylor didn't really get into the game. I didn't think Bowden did much. Gavin White at least was a willing runner, and of course had made good runs to get those chances. Kane did okay in the first half, not so much in the second half. Brannigan, always full of running. Didn't really do much in the game though, did he? But he did, you can't fault the effort of the Oxford players in terms of the commitment to the game. The quality just wasn't there today. But as I say, we don't really need to worry about that for the moment. So let's celebrate it like it's a win, Oxford fans, because we got out of dodge in this one. Ipswich fans, I'm really curious to know what you think, because not only do you support the most boring side in League One, it's a joke, Ipswich fans, it's a joke. Let's just leave it now. But I'm curious what you think about this one. You must be sick of Oxford United. I know you probably hate us, but I'm curious just to know what you thought about the game and what you think about your chances moving forward. And Oxford fans, of course, give your comments below. I promise that some point in the near future, maybe within 30 days, I'll get back to you. I probably won't. But if you could hit like, that will help me very much. There's not much more for me to say. Hit subscribe as well if you like the content. Whenever Oxford do play again, I'll be back to do a review of that one. Enjoy your evening, everybody. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.